Here's a quiz. How much tax do you pay when you buy a slab of beer here in Australia? How much tax goes off to the federal government? Well, I've done the sums and they even shocked me. So the example I've got here is a slab of VB. It's actually 30 cans of VB in the slab. So I've done the sums on that to work out actually how much tax Australians are paying. Now to start with, the retail price I found online was on special, but was available at $59. That's the retail price you pay. So that's got a 10% GST embedded in it. So the GST component of that is $5.36, which goes straight to the federal government in tax. Then you've got the beer excise. Now the beer excise goes up every 6 months, as they like to put the excises up. It's currently for just cans of beer. It's $61.57 per litre of alcohol. So going through the calculations, we've got 30 cans in this slab. They're 375ml cans. So that's a total of 11.25 litres of beer. Now this beer has a 4.9% alcohol content. So we multiply 4.9% by 11.25 litres of beer. That gives us an alcohol content of the slab of beer of 0.551 litres, or that's what, 551 millilitres, or just over half a litre of alcohol. So do the calculation to how much excise is payable. It's $61.57 per litre of alcohol by 0.551. So I come up with $33.90 in excise. So you add that to the $5.36 in GST, and the total price, or the total tax embedded in that slab of VB is $39.26. So there's $19.74 left for everyone else, and $39.26 goes off to the federal government. That's 66.5% of the price, the retail price of a slab of that VB beer goes off to the federal government in tax. But if you think that's bad, it's actually much worse than that. Because remember, you can only buy beer with your after-tax income. So we look at someone, say, paying a marginal tax rate of 30 cents in the dollar, which is between an income of $40,000 and $135,000. So they have to earn, to have that $59 in their pocket to buy that slab of beer, they've actually got to earn $85. So on that $85 that they earn, you've got another $25.50 comes out in tax. So the real tax that someone pays if they want to go and buy that slab of beer, firstly they've got their marginal tax rate, which we set at 30%. That's $25.50. Then there's the excise of another $33.90. And then there's the GST of $5.36. So all up, that comes to $64.76 is how much tax they have to pay to buy a case of beer that only costs $59. So they're actually the more contribution in tax to the federal government than the whole price of the slab of beer. That's something like 76%. So I said, you've got to earn the $85 to be able to have your after-tax income to buy a $59 slab. So it's like 76% of that money that you earn goes in tax. But it's actually even worse than that, because then you've got only $19.74 left. That's got to go to the farmer. That's got to go to the brewer. It's got to go to the can maker. It's got to go to the cardboard box maker. It's got to go to the transport companies with all the taxes that he has to pay on their trucks and their registration, their fees and their excise, fuel excise, and also the retailer and all the license fees the poor liquor retailer has to pay. So of that 1974, who knows how much extra of that goes in tax? So it just shows how much Australian consumers are being slugged, how the size of our government is completely out of control, and why Australia desperately needs a Department of Government Efficiency to cut the size of government down. Those savings then need to be returned to the Australian taxpayer. Just for the average bloke that wants to enjoy a carton of beer at home, he shouldn't be paying 66% or more of that price in tax. And as I said, when you do the calculations of after-tax income, he's actually paying $64.76 in tax just to enjoy a slab of beer that only costs $59. The size of government and the cost of government in this country is completely and utterly out of control.
You can get it riding, you can get it sliding, you can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it in a hole or up a pole. You can get it doing nothing at all. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. A long, cold Vic. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.